As now, I feel like game ones are always kind of a momentum getter, as Blue Jays did complete the comeback, and now we're having some little miscommunication out here by the Narwhals, which is very rare. As you see, they are a top-notch team, and they usually comment pretty good. Dako, he's gonna get his touch in. Shadow got a little missed touch, and this gets sent into the side. Crazy, he's gonna get a touch out mid, but it's gonna land in the hands of Oaksy. As Crazy, he's gonna put it right back onto the Blue Jay side. Shadow, he's gonna take it up the wall. Instantly met by Doc, and Cop tries to go for a shot, but instantly met by Loomis. Loomis, he's gonna get the first goal right here for the Blue Jays.
On a full field clear of all things. How about it? Just an easy 50 from his own corner. Docile doesn't quite have the angle that he was looking for on that 50, and Luminous ends up being the benefactor. Quick 1-0 goal on the side of the Blue Jays, and that's got to feel good to get the offense sparked quite early on. See if any kickoff strategies come in. Okinawa tries getting the early cheap, but does lose the 50, and Docile sends it across field, but only Shadow is there with the first touch. Now Docile taking a shot towards the blue net. Okinawa's with the save out wide. Again, the Blue Jays defense right now continues to not be shaken by these great opportunities from the Narwhals. The Narwhals are applying a lot of pressure, but the defense is holding their nerve and are not conceding. Great effort thus far, but Competent tries going low. Docile, the rebound, does find the back of the net. Pressure proves to be too much early on.
And I think we're going to go into a game 7 here. That's just my honest opinion. And I want to say that the Narwhals are going to win it. But it's kind of looking like if the game 1 continues like it does in these next few games, then it's going to be the Blue Jays winning it again. Because here we are. We're tied already at 3:50 left in game number 2 here. Dako, he's going to get a great 50. Monkey, he's going to try to control this, but leaves the ball as Compton gets a clear out. The Monkey, he's going to take the ball, but he gets a miss hit. The Shadow gets another miss hit. Crazy has the ball. He gets the flick. It's too high. And just an unfortunate series.
It just goes against the Blue Jays. A full 2-goal swing. That is brutal. Competent able to finally find the back of that. And just on the floater, Akina is just caught mid-flip, I guess. Positioning quite awkward on the side of the Blue Jays that time. Caught off guard. And now the Narwhals this time are the team to score 2 first, and are looking to possibly build upon that lead as well going into the latter parts of this game. It is still early on, however. We're only 90 seconds in to this second game here on Forbidden Temple, but Okina is looking to do some damage and answer back for the Blue Jays. He's out in front, but Competent does have the clear out wide. Luminous now on the follow towards the backboard. Centered out in front. Competent does get a timely clear. Shot was certainly going to come through for the Blue Jays, but instead the defense makes it clear. Now Competent with a shot just too far wide.
And Oaksy, he's going to get a little side read right there. Dako was there to save it. Compton, he's going to get a pass out back to Dako. Dako's going to put it down to Crazy. Crazy's going to put on a shot, and it's going to get saved by Luminous. As Oaksy, he's going to get it over Crazy. And Luminous puts it over to Oaksy. Oaksy putting it into the corner. This could be dangerous right here, and it is, as they answer back for a 2-2, tying up the game. What a little duo combination right there, I feel like. We might be seeing a lot more of this throughout the series.
And it was just a rough miscommunication on the side of the Narwhals. The defense found themselves in position, but an extra touch sends it around the teammate and allows the shot to come through. Now the Blue Jays trying to swing momentum in their favor, but instead it's Crazy Monkey towards net. Light pop from Okinaz. He will try to take control, but only as far as Competent, who cuts it off in the corner as well. Now Luminous up early. Met by Docile towards the backboard. Okinaz with the light touch, trying to keep it in the corner where it's safe for the time being. Does get around Crazy Monkey. Limited boost in the tank, but still bring it all the way downfield. Shot from Luminous. Turned away by Docile. Now Crazy Monkey trying to return fire back down against the Blue Jays. One touch and a demo. Luminous keeping the ball tight in the corner, but Competent intercepts. One more touch from the ceiling. Docile there. Shot just off target. Great opportunity for the Narwhals, but it will be cleared out.
And this defense, both defenses are doing a phenomenal job of making sure they get the clear from out in front of their goal, even if it's just a little touch like onto the post. And no teams, they're getting better in the transforming offense than defense, but both teams are doing that, so it's going to be hard for a ball to get slipped unless somebody has a missed touch. And there could have been a pinch right there, but it did not happen. That's just how I think it's going to go. Both teams are officially locked down right here. It's just who's going to make the first mistake and let this ball get too far out in front of them.
And one
in my
mistake right
opinion.
now, yeah, one mistake right now could be crucial because there is only 80 seconds remaining on the clock, and a pass over teammates. It's just looking a little awkward for the Narwhals. It feels as though when we get to the later stages of the game, they do tend. It seems as though they're just showing a little bit more panic than the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays seem to be holding their composure a lot more. However, the pressure is certainly favoring the Narwhals. And here comes Competent with the shot towards net. It's a bounce around front, and Luminous has one touch. Docile is going to be up next. Tries passing it out wide towards Competent, but does sky it. Now under 60 seconds to go. Okina's underneath one. Competent, the 50, kept neutral at the midfield line. Competent now with the centering pass. Crazy Monkey is there. Has the shot, not quite on target. The rebound is there for Docile. Narwhals ahead.
And right there it was. Shadow getting a little bit too far inside of the goal, allowing Docile to get the shot. Which, I mean, fair to him, that's a pretty hard read to get if you're trying to play, post side for ready for a pass or a shot down low, and then getting the actual shot action, and you're just right there, and it gets awkward for you. As this could be answered immediately by the Blue Jays, because and this gets over too. Crazy, he's gonna put on a shot, but Oaksy's there. He's gonna get his touch, and Confident, he's gonna win it. Docile, he's going to win this little punch-out right here. Confident, he's going to try to get his touch. And they're just applying pressure at this point. They have the game right here. They're up by 1. No need to really overcommit. And this could be a problem right here as it gets flung onto the Narwhals. Docile getting a weird little touch right there, not helping it. But he gets the 50 to make up for the touch. Crazy. He's going to force this into the Blue Jays half, making it awkward. He's going to go for another touch. He's going to bounce over the goal. Oaksy, he's going to try to keep this game alive, and it gets a misread and ball hits ground.
That is a brutal drop down from the ceiling and the wall. The Narwhal is able to now respond back, and Shadow being, a shadow of himself that game. A mere 68 score. Not a major recordable stat. That is tough. Because Shadow was a very big factor in that previous game, even scoring the game winner. Now, it is a really tough spot to be in. If he's not showing up, you need everyone to be a part of this. Okina's asking for a server remake. So, I mean, if Narwhals agree, we'll see. May have to reset. Unfortunate. Maybe that's why he didn't necessarily have the performance that we expect out of him. Let's see. Anything. Narwhals, work with us, man. Any kind of response.
Even a Y or an N. Like something. He said no thanks. Dark says no thanks. As he's a player for the Narwhals, I believe.
He's a sub for Narwhals?
I think so.
Gotcha. Okay. Dawson wants to keep it rolling. Know. I don't necessarily know the rules on it. Oh, rulebook says it's allowed? Oh.
Oh. Yep.
Wait, does he mean a timeout?
No. A server remake. Both teams get one server remake.
Okay, I did not know that was a part of the rules. Fair enough.
I didn't either.
Alright, fair. He's probably messaging me as well, trying to make sure that I understand what exactly is happening.
We got this, bro. Alright, we ain't no amateurs. We're not the amateurs.
Just communicate with them. The lobby's back up. Alright, most people have joined. Are you same info. Feel free to hop on in. If you need me to
I think we're gonna cast just looking at my main menu and just we're gonna blind reaction this the rest of this game right here.
There we go. Just in case you didn't have the info. Alright, now the players will go ahead and rejoin. And we will see how exactly Game 3 shakes out. Now 1 game apiece. After a strong performance from the Narwhals in game number 2, Shadow not being the player that we expect him to be. We saw him perform very well in the first game of this series, but last game seemed to get to him a little bit. Crazy Monkey looking to create a solo effort, but is unable to do so. It would be Docile off the backboard. Luminous, one touch. Docile rotating out, leaves it for Competent, but he's beat the ball by Luminous. Not Crazy Monkey. Light touch, Competent maintaining possession. This is just good offensive play, trying to keep the ball away from the defenders, but now it will be shut down. Crazy Monkey maintaining possession. Luminous towards the sidewall once more, just taking his time, trying to get an effective clear, loses the 50, but Okinaz is able to get the clear back down into the orange half.
And this, as we already seen, this ball is going to get thrown around this, what seems about to be the entire game, but until one team wants to maintain control is where it gets real serious and teams start to get nervous. Because they know, both teams know that they got two good shooters on, or all shooters. Everybody on the teams, on both teams, are shooters. I'm so sorry.
It's all good, right? Absolutely, yeah. Both teams are capable, especially offensively, but we seem to have witnessed a bit more offensive strength coming through for the Narwhals. They seem to be playing with a little bit more pace, which is a bit shocking. Again, knowing that they are the lower seeded of the two teams, you know, coming into this matchup, we would expected a bit more from the Blue Jays, but right now more pressure goes against them. Multiple saves coming through, and now finally a transition opportunity until Docile again with the deep clear. Now Okinaz does have one touch, trying to follow, but has no more boost to his name. Competent with the clear. Luminous, the follow back downfield, and now Crazy Monkey. One touch, goes underneath him. And now, Shadow just can't quite lock down the read onto Docile. Instead, it's Okinaz up high to the backboard. Shooting opportunity. Competent once again clearing out wide. Blue Jays are trying to get something on the board, but thankfully they haven't given up one yet either. One goal, no matter what, will be a lead for one of these two teams.
And as we see it, I mean, like you said, it's just great offensive by both teams. But what about this defense for the Blue Jays? They are stepping it up right here on goal on, you know, low boost or no boost. They're somehow going to manage to get any type of touch right there. Luminous gets a dagger right there between two defenders to take the lead in this game right here. I mean, what a shot right there by Luminous.
Great placement and a great pass coming through. Feels good for the Blue Jays to get their first onto the board, and with 2:45 remaining, I mean, it's still plenty of time for both teams, really. Either the lead could be extended upon, or it could be cut down, and Okinaz looks to extend it. Tries getting to reset the ground pinch. Might dribble in, but he can't get the bump onto Competent. Close call, but the Narwhals are still able to escape with just a 1-goal deficit. Now in transition. Crazy Monkey off the pass from Docile. Cannot get the shot through. Follow from Competent. Shoots it low. Luminous cannot get back. The Narwhals' pace proves to be too much once again.
I mean, just great ball control by both teams, you know. I mean, not much can be said, but I mean, we're tied. 2:20 left in this game, number 3, I believe. And I don't think any team's gonna crack right here. We might just see another overtime here in game number 3. Unless Doc was the score right there, but Luminous comes out of nowhere with the save. Confident he's there. He's ready for the little putback, but Oxiana is there for the same. Dockel, he's going to get a little touch up top. Compton's going to try to put on his shot. It's open for Crazy. Crazy misses the open. And Oxy
no. Oh, no. Why? Oh, Crazy Monkey had the wide open net. It was free. And instead of being cleared out, it is just owed to him. You know what? All right, Crazy Monkey had the opportunity. Should have been able to score in the first place, but it is brutal for Okinaz. I mean, chat's going to rip him in half for that. Certainly, they are going to get all over him for that goal. That is brutal. And now the Narwhals have their first lead of this game. That sucks to deal with if you're the Blue Jays, especially because now your lead is gone. It was already tied before, but now you have to score not just once to tie, but a second time to win against a Narwhals team that continues just pushing you back in your own half. This is going to be a tall mountain to climb right now for the Blue Jays.
And Shadow gets a pass to the defender. He's going to try to put on a shot, but doesn't get it as Oxiana. He's going to get there. He's going to get a little touch, and Compton puts it out towards Luminatus. And Luminatus has been the scorer for this Blue Jays, I believe. And Crazy, he's going to go up. He's going to try to go for a double, but doesn't get it as Oxiana gets a touch. Confident, waiting to strike. He gets the 50. Doc will go to put on a shot. It's 2 wide rights. Compton, he has no boost. I've seen Compton with no boost, and he's doing an amazing time at being patient and waiting to go. I don't know. He's just caught my eye because you don't see many players with that. Usually, when players have no boost, they panic, which leads to more panic. So, maybe he's finally relaxed. Yeah, I mean, he's ready to play. He's here, and this could be a shot opportunity for the Blue Jays, and Luminatus does not get a good read on that. Oxiana, he's going to put it back mid for Luminatus. Luminatus gets the past 1. He has 100. He's going to go back up, but instantly met by Compton. Compton's going to get it over Shadow. Luminatus, he's going to put it mid for Oxiana, and Oxiana was not ready for it. Dako going to get it past him. Luminatus, Oxy, whatever his name is. I mean, just great gameplay right here. As we've entered 10 seconds left in game number 3 right here. And Compton, he's going to be there for the shot. And he's going to make this a 2-goal lead with 6 seconds left.
Oh, this is such a brutal miscommunication defensively. Incompetent is just there, just waiting for it. Somehow, in the right place at the right time, the Narwhals now up 2-1 and likely to be, or excuse me, up 3-1 and likely to be up 2-1, assuming there is not a last-second collapse. And instead, it's going to be a shot on target for the Narwhals, keeping it alive, but no shot will come through. That is now 2-1 on the side of the Narwhals. We got to watch out, and the Blue Jays have to be careful, because right now the Narwhals offense just seems to be running away with this. I get there was an own goal earlier from the Blue Jays, but the Narwhals still scored 2 of their own without that, and that would have been enough even if the own goal did not go for them. So, ultimately, what do you think the Blue Jays have to do to try to turn this series around?
I mean, maybe Shadow just needs to get a little more involved, He didn't really get involved this game, but he has in the past 2. But there's just something that the Blue Jays are doing. I can't put my eye on it or, tell what's wrong, but I think they're playing a great game overall. It's just small details, if I had to say. Probably some communication issues and whatnot. That's just all I have to say. Probably communicate a little bit better. Look for the team plays. That's how they scored in game number 2 and won it.
No, I'd agree entirely. I think communication has to be there for sure. And another thing, I think they have to try to pick up the pace, or they have to try to slow down the pace of the game, because the Narwhals have been thriving on just how fast the ball is moving. They seem to have the rotations down and in quick order as well. This is a very big showing from the Narwhals, and they are showing up and showing out. They are showing that they love the pace of play, and they're making the Blue Jays panic. If communications can be ironed out, the Blue Jays can absolutely fight back, but it has to start up here, because there is no way they can afford to go down 3-1 after this. Right now, though, in game number 4, it is early offense again starting to come through on the side of the Narwhals, but the Blue Jays do shut it down, and now that 50 might go down into the orange goal, but instead Crazy Monkey with a great corner lead. Ocular has subbed onto the field, actually. Shadow is now off the field, and Ocular is the third coming on for the Blue Jays, possibly looking to see if a personnel switch can start to spark their team again.
Oh, yes, and, it could always just be one player. As Oxiana puts on a shot, but Compton was there ready for the save. Crazy, he's going to get this touch, though. Oxiana, he's going to put it down, and he's going to put it down to Illuminati. Illuminati's going to get the shot off, and he is their number 1 scorer right now.
And what a setup.
A tough angle. Yeah.
That's a tough shot and a great pass from Okina. Is able to find the pass towards the middle and to win the 50 against 2 defenders. Great job on the side of Luminous, able to bury that one away, and now he possibly looks to make it a second as well. He does collect that mid-boost. Infield pass, but Crazy Monkey instead is there for the opposition. It's Okina's once again. He loves these aerial plays. It seems though the air is his playground at the moment, but Docile and company are able to shut it down. It's Competent with the extra touch. 2 defenders went, but Ocular's there to clean it up. Crazy Monkey maintaining possession. Now Okina's with the nuke downfield. Ocular looking for a touch. He has the shot just off target. Okina's there to clean up the mess. And look at the Blue Jays. They're starting to hit their stride.
And like I said, look for the team plays. And Ocular was down there. And he just gave it right back. It was like a halfback pass, It went from quarterback to running back, right back to quarterback. And they ended up scoring right there. And team plays is what probably will put the Narwhals away right here. If they can keep up this pace and keeping the ball away as Dockle, but Crazy's going to get it over to mid, and Illuminati's going to get it there to wipe it away. As now we're seeing the Narwhals kind of panicking as they're now down 0-2. This is the biggest lead, I believe, if not the only kind of lead that has been going on in the series. So no need to really be nervous about anything, because all games have been won by 2. I believe I'm sure, right? Close to it.
I believe one of the games I think was 1-1. However, this is an opportunity just off the post for Crazy Monkey. That was the opportunity of a lifetime for the Narwhals to answer back to the Blue Jays lead, but instead, Okinawa's and company are trying to bring it back downfield. I do want to give you your flowers. You were spot on about how they needed to lock back in the team plays and how that's where the offense thrived. They have 2 goals on 2 assists. You've hit the nail on the head when it comes to that evaluation. And right now, the Blue Jays, again, just looking for more of said plays. It's Okinawa's looking for a pass towards the midfield. Cut out immediately by the defense. It's Ocular up next. Pass towards Luminous at the midfield line. Looking to pass it back towards Ocular. Touch towards net. Finds its way through. The give and go is beautiful.
And there it is. Another team play. And another goal for this Blue Jays team. And they're making the Narwhals look like they have no clue how to defend this. You know, they don't know who to go after. They don't know who's going to get the ball next. All they know is ball's going to go up the air, and one of the Blue Jays players is going to be there for it. So, and Doc going to get a missed touch, and Compton going to put on his shot as all 3 Blue Jay players go. And Doc puts it in to make this a 2-goal deficit for them now. A little miscommunication, but that's fine. It happens. You're still up by 2, Blue Jays. You don't need to panic right here.
Right.
But
yeah,
if you're the Narwhals, you're only a minute 48 left from losing potentially game number 4 right here to have the series go tied back up.
And that would effectively make the entire series a best of 3 with a little bit of momentum and win in the sails of the Narwhals. While, as you said, for the Blue Jays, right now, just as you had said, not the time to panic. Hold your composure, but look at the defense. Really tough position. Somehow Ocular able to make a great save from the backboard, and Okinawa gets it clear just before a shot can come through. Now all the players for the Blue Jays have an opportunity as the Narwhals are caught out of position. A miraculous save from Docile. Okinawa's got a little bit too ahead of himself. Thought he could just take the light shot, and the defense comes through out of nowhere. Now returning fire are the Narwhals, but the offense can't quite break through just yet. Luminous has a clear out towards the sidewall. It should be 4-1, but the Narwhals are still in this.
I mean, as now we're entering a 50 seconds to this game, Narwhals, and you have to force something. I want to see what they did in the past. They went for bumps and demos. They have not gone for any bumps or demos except for. I mean, I have not seen much bumps or demos since game number 2, I believe, and that's the game that they won pretty straightforward. So maybe they need to start getting a little more involved in getting, get rid of Ocular and probably aim a little bit for the Okiana Ocular little combo right there. Let Luminatus have some room, but I think both teams right here for the Narwhals, they just need to step it up and play some offense-defense type stuff to open up the goal for them.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just too little, too late. There's too little time on the clock, and the seconds are going to tick down. Excuse me. The Narwhals trying to find one more just for the road, but it is not going to happen. The Blue Jays effectively even the series, and Ocular, great job subbing in and immediately making an impact, getting at least one major statistic in every single category. And at the very beginning of the game, you called out the passing plays for the Blue Jays being key. Every goal was assisted and every player had an assist. Huge change in play for the Blue Jays. Spot on with your call. And, expect more of that because clearly they have to see that it's working for them.
Yes, and hopefully I'm going to go for the Narwhals as they are the, underdogs in this series. But if Blue Jays take, that's completely fine with me. I'm just here for a great show and to cast a great game. So
we're getting it. We're getting exactly that. Now, we're tied at 2. Both teams still have their timeout. Winning, you go into match point. Losing, you are in a really rough spot. But the Blue Jays have a bit of momentum at their backs right now. The Narwhals were able to get 1 goal, from Docile, and he had a great defensive performance, but the offense really, for the most part, was shut down that game. 5 shots from the Narwhals is by far the least we've seen out of them so far this series. So, We'll see if they're able to turn it around. We go into Game 5 after an evening game from the Blue Jays last game, 3-1 being the scoreline of that. And now the Narwhals have to try to answer back. As it is 2 games apiece, you do not want to go on to, or you don't want match point to go against you here. This is a crucial victory for both teams.
Yes. Oh, yes, it 100% is. And this is where both teams need to fully lock in. You know, Blue Jays, play your game. Continue with the pass plays because they obviously work. Now, Narwhals, you got to learn how to stop the pass plays. You got to know who to demo and what time to demo because that is their play style right there, is getting the bumps, key bumps, and key demos. And that's what has made them win games because they get the goal line stops and the demos, and it opens the whole net because they get the key ones. And Crazy gonna go for shot. Compton trying to put it down low. It doesn't happen as Ocular's there to save it. Okiana, he's gonna get a little touch over. Ocular, he's gonna now control this ball. He's gonna get a flick. And Compton gonna be ready. He's there. As Crazy puts on a shot right here. And Compton trying to put on a dunk. Doggo, he's gonna put on his shot. The whole Blue Jays team going for it and getting a save apiece, I believe. And now we are in the stages of where defense for both teams have to step it up, or you're gonna lose this game. And the whole Blue Jays team went, but only Oxiana got the save. Luminatus, he's gonna put on a little show right here. As Crazy's gonna get the little clear. Compton, he goes up, he gets it past one defender. One Blue Jays player back, and Ocular gets the key bump right there. And he's gonna continue this drive for Luminatus is gonna continue this drive for the Blue Jays right here. And here we go. Now we're getting into it where this game gets faster. Teams are now going to be starting to try to catch up with each other as there goes a pinch across the goal. And it was a great clear right there.
No, Ocular taking his time. Got a little bit of boost in the tank, but not much on the flick. Attempts to bump Competent and does so. An infield pass from Luminous, but the only person there is Crazy Monkey. On the air dribble, possibly looking for the extra touch. Does have it against 2 defenders, but it goes right into the hands of Docile. Now Ocular will take it after the missed touch. Competent to the backboard once more. Read by Luminous. Pace picking up, as you had said perfectly. It'll be Crazy Monkey once again looking for the infield pass. 2 defenders commit, but they're knocked out of position. Docile, infield pass. Crazy Monkey there. Shot. Okanas with a great goal line effort, but they're not out of the woods just yet. Shot from Competent. Off the post. Ocular to clear over the top of one. Crazy Monkey maintaining possession in the blue half. Docile's going to be first on the challenge. Gets beat over the top. Competent loses the 50, but Crazy Monkey there again. The pressure from the Narwhals amounting so much, but no goals coming through as a result. Now the defense caught out. Competent with a great touch to make sure the ball is kept in a safe spot.
And I mean, this is the pace now that the Narwhals won. They want the fast play gameplay where they try to catch some people out of position on the Blue Jays right here. But you know, now that the Blue Jays are matching their energy, they're getting down the rotation, so that means you gotta get fancy with it and try to get it as Ocular's gonna get over 2 defenders right there with a little nice air dribble.
That is gorgeous. What a way to receive it. A great first touch. Exquisite control over 2 defenders on their heads and into the back of the net. The Blue Jays now up 1-0 in a crucial Game 5. That is a massive goal. But if we know anything about the Narwhals, we know they are not going to give up. Ocular has another opportunity to shot, but it's cleared out wide. Docile with a good touch off the backboard. It's a strong one. Crazy Monkey doesn't have a touch, and neither does Competent. It's now 50 out wide, and Docile looks to retreat. He'll leave it for Competent. Good comms coming through from the Narwhals, but they tend to be stuck right now in their own half. Okinas can't get over Crazy Monkey, but Ocular is there on the dribble. Competent on the backboard, but he's out of position. Luminous buries it off the pass from Ocular. Ocular has been an incredible sub off the bench.
Yes. And there it is, another team play. Ocular gets the perfect pinch right to Luminous, right dead center of the goal, making his job as the shooter easy so he doesn't have to be in an awkward position whenever he shoots the ball right there.
It was perfectly
He's
played.
gonna now, yeah. And now he's gonna get a shot, but it goes wide left. Crazy, he's gonna go up. He's gonna try to get a shot, but it is too high. And Crazy's having some games, but just not finding the net. He's finding more of the post, unfortunately. I've seen him shoot, and when he's on, he is on. So maybe it's just not his game right now.
No,
in the series or game for in the series right now.
it has been tough. Like, the Narwhals have had multiple opportunities, but they've hit the post or crossbar in some capacity multiple times this game. And, if any of those go the right way, who knows what the scoreline would be like right now. But at the moment, it is still 2-0, and time is extremely limited against the Narwhals. They have 30 seconds left to at least get one on the board, and that first one has to be with time remaining. This could be the opportunity, but no one's there to take a shot. Now Crazy Monkey and Docile double commit. In the corner, Ocular has a touch over one. Docile, the shot just too high, and Crazy Monkey can't get the rebound. Competent now from the corner. Both Luminous and Okina's up. Crazy Monkey trying to take control. They have to score here with time on the clock. It's out in front. No one is there to take the shot. Competent is stuffed. The Blue Jays are going to go on to match point. And there's your timeout. Immediately.
Yep.
Timeout from Crazy Monkey.
They get 1 minute, and their time will start as soon as we enter into the next lobby.
Wait a sec. Whose timeout is this?
Both teams?
Are they both? They're both taking a timeout. I'm checking to see if they stack timeouts. It's never happened before to where both teams are taking their timeout. So we're actually going to stack the timeouts.
Where now, instead of a minute,
It'll be 2.
now we have a 2 minute. Yeah.
All right, interesting. Timeout both Narwhals and Blue Jays. An unprecedented moment coming through. This is a first for the league.
Their timeout has now officially started.
Yep, we got the timer running right now. Crazy. It definitely one of the strangest things I've ever seen. I'll let them know when they have a minute and 30 seconds. Excuse the voice crack. Interesting. Now, obviously, we know why the Narwhals want to take the timeout. They want to make sure they isolate any issues that they may have had, try to iron them out right now, get the comms through, get themselves reset back to ground zero, and get themselves mentally leveled out. But why the Blue Jays timeout exactly? Like, if this game goes against them, they don't have time to rethink that matchup.
No, that's why I'm so confused on why they used it, because, like you said, now if they lose this game, you're 3-3. You don't have time to go over the last gameplay and what you did. Now you have to, if you lose, now you have to think on the fly. And that lead to some miscommunications going down the line right there, which could cost you the series. So
this is so interesting, and it's such an odd dynamic. Something we've never seen in Nation League before. 2 timeouts. Now, I'm a little shocked the Blue Jays wanted to use it because they have momentum at their back right now. That was a very good game for them to win. But, you know what? To each their own, I guess. It's not for me to decide. It's up for the players to decide.
Yeah, in some form or fashion, yeah. I mean, I'm still, confused. But, great games of both teams, Blue Jays have now found their offense. The offense that probably has been playing all season long that I'm finally just now getting to see.
I'll tell you what, Ocular has been a huge sub. Shadow started off hot, went cold pretty quickly, and since Ocular has come on, the offense for the Blue Jays has been dang near unstoppable. Massive change. Timeout is over. That is the 2 minutes. And Ocular is staying in. Timeout could have gone to whoever called it first, but, they agreed on stacking the timeouts, so, here we are. Are we just waiting on one?
We made sure.
Yeah, we're just waiting on competent areas.
Yep.
Cool.
And
we're good to go.
We are hearing game number 5 as the Blue Jays won the last match in a little showdown. That's confident. He's going to put it right back over mid. Ocular going to make Ocular weird, but he gets the touch to clear out. He's going to get a little foot percent to make sure it goes clear. And Crazy gets the clear back over the goal, and Dockel, he's going to get his touch confident. He's going to get it out the mid, and Dockel's going to be back to catch this ball. He's going to take it up the wall. He's going to go for a little ceiling. Bedazzle. He gets it past the one, Illuminati, but Dockel lands right on the Luminous. Crazy. He has the time. He has the space. He puts it out mid to Dockel. Dockel's not there. As he goes for 100, Okiana, he's going to put this down, but confident right there to send it down and making it an awkward hit. Is Okiana. He's going to take his time. He's going to put it mid. Dockel's there, putting it on the goal, but just shy of the goal. Another post hit, it looked like. Luminous, he's going to get the clear out. Confident. He's going to bang this out the mid. Oxiana, he's going to have 100 and going to the wall. He's good in the air. He has the flip reset. He's going to use it, and 2 players for this Narwhals commits. As crazy goes, but doesn't get it. Compton, he's going to put a shot on. Oxiana going to get a good little clear out, but Compton's back on the ball. This guy is always in the right position no matter where he's at on the field, it seems like.
Oh, yeah, we saw it early on in the series, too, where there was a defensive lapse where the ball found its way in front of the defensive net of the Blue Jays, and somehow Competent just happened to be there. This dude, as you said, his positioning throughout the course of the series has been elite when it comes to timing and plays on the ball, and right now, they're going to need more of that elite positioning to come through. Competent is there, but Luminous is equal to him, and off the touch from the sidewall, Crazy Monkey looking to center it out. Okinaz with 1 touch. Any more touches afforded to him? It's a light ground pinch. Popper from Docile fakes out 2 defenders. Is anyone back in time? It is Luminous. Gets beat over the top. The double from Docile goes through, and the Narwhals are on the board.
And that's what it was right there. As Crazy got the key demo to clear up the goal and make Illuminati and whoever else was weird with no boost and awkward positions right there to open up the net. That is the offense that the Narwhals have been needing to play with since game number 4. Or game number, whatever game they won last. I don't remember. Both teams have been back going forth. Oxiana, he's going to put on a shot, but it is just shy of going wide right. He's going to take his time. He's going to go up in the air. He's going to get a pass over to Ocular. Ocular not ready for the pass yet, but Crazy's going to go up. He's going to try to get a shot. Compton going to put on a shot, but Illuminati was there to put it on. Crazy, it's going to get redirected to the net by a Blue Jays player right there.
How many own goals has that now been this series against the Blue Jays? That is another on the tally. It's Akinaz again! It's Akinaz again! Absolutely brutal!
The imposter noise for Oxiani right here?
Dude, I wish I had a counter. I wish I had a counter that was active. That is unfortunate. My apologies for that, Chad. Next time I got a counter for you. But, oh my goodness. No own goal. Like, there's no own goal there. That is purely Docile off the pass from Competent. Look at the Narwhals, just out of nowhere, an offensive explosion through the first half of this game, and this is right when they need it. They're upper... Now, of course, I will preface, this is not a team facing elimination. This is merely a double elimination brackets, and both these teams are in the upper bracket. They can afford to lose a series and still be in the tournament, but no one wants to lose that tournament life. The Narwhals have their upper bracket run against them at the moment, and this has been the performance that they needed when they needed it.
And you especially don't want to drop right now because the number 1 Owls are ready for revenge, and they're going to take on anybody that stands in the way. As Ocular gets an amazing touch up, and he's going to get it past the defenders, and Crazy's going to go for the save. Oxiana's there for the shot.
Yeah, that's a great way to finally get the Blue Jays on offense.
You don't want to fall down to the lower end to face an angry Owls team right now.
Not at all. Not
because they just came off a 4-0 sweep. So they are hot, and they're going to be ready for anybody that stands in their way.
Yeah, but right now, the Blue Jays, they got to answer back if they want to end this right here, right now. And Ocular has an opportunity. He'll throw it over the top of the defense. And hold on just a minute. Just when you thought the Narwhals were getting comfortable, Crazy Monkey has a misread defensively, and Docile's beat over the top by the super sub Ocular. Things getting extremely interesting with the minute 51 left. There is plenty of time for the Blue Jays to fight back and get a 3rd goal, or for the Narwhals to expand upon their lead. Something has to happen. Something's got to give, and right now the Narwhals look like they're starting to break.
Yeah, it's kind of like they just lost all momentum as soon as the Blue Jays scored their first goal, and there's no reason to go down. You were up 3-1, now you're up 3-2. Now you got to keep the pressure on. Go back to how you were playing. Get your key demos, get your key bumps. And that was a fake, but Dako was there for the save.
It's still awkward, though, for
And
the
how-
defense. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
close, because Ocular was still there for a shot. Okinaz, no, actually intercepts the touch off of Luminous. Luminous will still get one. Chaos breaking through a little bit for the Jays, looking a little out of sorts offensively, and they may be starting to feel the pressure of this moment, too, because they have 60 seconds left before we hit Champions Field for Game 7. They need a goal, and they need it sooner rather than later. It's Ocular
Ocular
from
might
the
be the
heavens,
hero.
but Competent able to get rid of it. Still pressure mounting in favor of the Blue Jays. It's Okinas to the backboard. No touch comes through. Competent with a timely clear. 40 seconds to go. The Blue Jays need an answer.
And here we go. Blue Jays, are you going to clutch in this moment right here to take the series home and move up in the playoffs? Or are you going to let this number 8 team, the Narwhals, who are on a Cinderella story, take you to game number 7 on Champs Field as Ocular docks? He's going to get a little more touch, trying to make it awkward, but this is going to be a shot, and Crazy Monkey was there for save. This is going to be another shot, and it's going to be saved again by Crazy Monkey. Oxiana, he's going to put it down to Illuminati. Illuminati's been the scorer for tonight, and it's saved by Doc Oxy. He's going to get a touch. Nobody back. And another touch. And they are going to force this ball on the game.
And the Blue Jays burned the timeout to stack it. They don't have a timeout after this game. I don't know how the Narwhals have held on. Their defense had to face so many shots, so many different passes, all within the last minute of that game. And now, somehow, some way, we find Champions Field. If Okinas didn't agree to stacking the timeouts, then fine. They would have still had it because Narwhals didn't call it first. But they said, we'll burn our timeout now. And they were insistent upon it, too. It wasn't just a joking around manner. They meant it. And now here we are. Game 7 inbound.
Yeah, and I mean, there wasn't no save credit right there for Confident or Crazy, but Crazy got 2 of the last saves in that last minute right there on goal line within 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And Compton got another save right there at the last second that didn't get credited. So there's 3 more saves that the Narwhals had to the Blue Jay shots.
Right, now...
So obviously, we're here.
The question is, are any subs made going into this final game? Shadow had initially joined, but I do not know if he's going to stay on the field. Ocular and Luminous and Okinas. No Shadow. Docile, Crazy Monkey, and Competent. No subs at all on the side of the Narwhals. Everything comes down to this. 5 minutes to decide one of our upper bracket finalists, the winner, facing the Wolves next. But who wants it more? Who's going to put on the performance that is needed? It's Docile to center early, and Okinas will take it out wide. No shots on net from Okinas, onto his own net to start out this game. Luminous can't quite get it past Docile, and now Ocular, full field clear. It's awkward for Crazy Monkey. Doesn't have the read, but Competent has his back and gets the clear out wide. Close call for the Narwhals early.
And here we are. We're already 30 seconds in, and there's already been havoc created. As Dako, he's going to put it over. Oksana's going to get the clear over the goal. He's going to continue this job, but it falls right into the hands of Crazy Monkey, who gets a odd but good touch in a way to keep it away from any players for his team, allow his team to get back with some boost. Oxiana, he's going to get a little touch back. He's going to try to continue this. Monkey gets it right down below him. Luminatus is going to fire this across the goal, but Compton's going to put it right back into the Blue Jays halves as Oki. He's been going in the air lately. He's been scoring too. And this could be it as he got the flip, but Compton met him instantly as he got it. Dako, awkward, gets the save though. Luminati, he's going to stay right there. Ocular, he's going to stay right there too. Oxiana is going to get... I mean, this team is allowing no boost for this Narwhals team and creating the pressure, staying on it in any way, shape, form, fashion. You name it, they're on that ball no matter what. It's Dako, he's going to get the first clear out here within the next minute right there for the Narwhals.
That was a total flip of the script. I mean, most of the games that we've witnessed so far have been the Narwhals doing that against the Blue Jays. Maintaining possession, attempting to starve boost, and just keeping the ball in the offensive half as long as possible. And instead, the Blue Jays have completely turned that on its head, but Ocular can't quite make contact. No, Docile has to clear out towards the sidewall. Iquinos with a great read at the midfield line. Now Competent towards the backboard. Luminous, one touch, light into the corner. Ocular gets it around Crazy Monkey and leaves it for Luminous, but Luminous has nothing left in the tank. Two players, however, commit on the side of the Narwhals. Competent still maintaining possession. It's a pass back towards Docile. Shot towards net. Competent can't quite get the redirect. An extra touch there certainly would have spelled disaster for the Blue Jays, as neither defender had any boost at that moment in time, but they're still able to keep it out with a 0-0 scoreline approaching the halfway point. Ocular has a shot towards net. Docile doesn't have it, but it's off the post. Defense so awkward. It's still awkward in front, but Okinos can't get there in time. Competent gets the clear. Pressure still mounting. Pass in front. Luminous sends it home. Blue Jays up 1.
And what a series of events right there for both teams. And there's a little double commit right there by Crazy Monkey. And I don't even see, I think it was Docile that went for it. And it made Monkey or Crazy so awkward. But he's going to get right here. He's going to get it over. He's going to get actually pre-jumped right there by Oxiana. And this is going to be another goal.
Oh, that is heartbreaking. Competent. He thought he had the angle, rushed to the backboard, but misses, and with no boost, cannot get there. Ocular is the benefactor off the pass from Wakinos, and the Blue Jays have now given themselves a brace. 2-0 the lead. Both teams end up having a hard cheat up, but neither makes contact. Crazy Monkey with the 50 out towards the corner. Okina's boost to work with will play patient in the air. Air dribble towards the sidewall, read by Docile. No touch for Crazy Monkey. Panic starting to set in for the Narwhals. They have to settle down. They have to lock in because right now the offense of the Blue Jays looks so strong. Competent with one touch. Read by Ocular, and Crazy Monkey doesn't have it. He's going to leave, or excuse me, Docile ends up leaving it. Pass towards Docile, but it's just too far, and Docile can't circle around to it. Loses the 50 as well. A minute 40 to go. It's 100 seconds separating the Blue Jays from an upper bracket final.
And Narwhals, you gotta lock, like you were just saying, the Narwhals have to lock in right there, and they don't need to get caught out of position for the rest of the game right here to even have a scoring chance or a defending chance to, cut this lead down one goal at a time. And here we go. Compton gonna try to get a demo, but Illuminati was there reading that play, and nobody there for as Compton gets under. What? I didn't even see Compton go for that ball. Doc was going to get a shot. Crazy's going to try to finish it, but does not get the touch. But he's going to get another touchdown mid as two players for the Narwhals double commit. Compton going to put it right back over the midfield. Oxiana there going to be there. As this ball goes up and down, Doc has no boost. Illuminati in the air. He's pretty dangerous, though. He's going to get a touchdown. Going to try to get it past one, but Ocular was there. And your time right now, Narwhals, is remaining. You have 40 seconds left, and you need to score right here within the next at least 20 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. They have to leave time on the clock. They have no other option. They can't get anything with 0 seconds unless they're able to shorten this lead. But there is such limited time. This is a huge opportunity. Someone has to get there. It's a shot from Crazy Monkey, but it's light. Rebound opportunity is there, but no one has boost on the side of the Narwhals. 20 seconds to go. What a redirect from Crazy Monkey, but Luminous is in the right position. 15 seconds as Okinos brings it all the way back downfield, wasting precious seconds that the Narwhals can't afford to lose. Competent downfield, and it will not matter. Too little, too late. The Blue Jays seal it in Game 7. They will move on to the upper bracket finals.
And what a game by both teams. As you're the Narwhals, your run, it ends in the uppers, but it does not end in the tournament. So you have time. You still have time to make it. And they're going to keep this ball up and get us a goal right here. And they only lose by 1, so it's better than losing by 2, some say.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's one for the road. By the way, another Okina's own goal might make that 3, but it will 4. Not. Oh, 4, my bad. Even better.
Yeah,
but it does not. It doesn't